Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in, I do appreciate that. Today, from the top of my head, I'm going to review Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. And this is your typical walking sim. But hold on. I started really disliking this game. Once I start playing it, I felt it moved very slow. There's hardly anything you actually do in this game. And you're thrown into this town and there's nobody there. I didn't understand what I was supposed to be doing in this walking sim. But as I wandered around the town, I started to notice that this town is very well designed. It looks gorgeous with all the buildings you'd come to expect from a town, like a church, a playground, a town hall, a camping site, and all that, and quite a large area. And it's all seamless. There's no loading times in this game. So I just went with it. I started to wander around town, and then you bump into these remnants, it seems, of the people that used to live there. And they talk to one another. And you get to know the characters that used to live there.
We did try, but they've closed all the roads and you can't get through. And then Georgie and Ben said they had headaches, and then they started bleeding. And it was horrible.
And you start to puzzle together all the bits of information that these people give you as the player. As you wander around the town, you get introduced to these characters, who they are, what they were, what they did. For instance, there's this older lady, Wendy, who's very nosy, who went to the vicar, and Jeremy, and Vicar Jeremy has a very hard time trying to understand the calamity that is taking place in this town, because something is going on there. And the people are very scared, in a way. So Wendy has a son who's named Stephen, and Stephen teams up with Kate to figure out what is going on in the town. Stephen has a relationship with Lizzie, and it's just amazing to understand what was going on, to figure it out, to piece together this puzzle of the story. And as you're doing that, as you get more information from bumping into these shadowy figures, you also start to notice how well designed, again, the game world is. Just not a town, it's not just a gorgeous town, but you can tell that things went wrong there, because houses were closed down, people were in quarantine. You see these cars that were abandoned, and sometimes even driven off the road as they came to a standstill. You'll see some dead birds on the street. You'll see bloody handkerchiefs because people got nosebleeds. So it's very subtle. It's a post-apocalyptic town, but it's very subtle. It's not your typical Fallout style world. It's actually really good, and all these characters that used to live there are very well voiced. It's very believable, and it's just great. And that's when it all came together for me. I mean, there's some bits that I didn't like. Again, the slow movement as you wander around town, that kept bothering me throughout the game. Also, there are some lights at various locations. These represent main events in the game. They need to unlock by using the motion controls on your PlayStation 4 controller. I didn't really like that. It felt imprecise, and it's just there's very little you can do in this game. Sometimes you come across a telephone that you can answer, or not answer, but pick up, and there's some dialogue. You can turn on a radio and you hear some dialogue. You have to take it slow in this game. It's not for people who don't have the patience. But if you give it time, you'll get a very intriguing story with an interesting conclusion. It'll take you around 4 to 5 hours to complete. And it's one of the best walking sims I've ever played. It's not up there with Edith Finch, because that's still, for me, the holy grail of the walking sims, but it's really there in terms of the design of the town, the voice acting, and the classical music. I mean, I haven't mentioned that, but the classical music that sometimes accompanies you as you go through the town, as you unlock dialogue, is just gorgeous. It really is. I really love this game. You should really try it. I can recommend it. It's not perfect, but it's a damn good walking sim. Definitely worth it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think, and see you next time.
I messed up, Frank, but I'd done my time. They shouldn't keep on punishing me.
Some folk won't let go, Reese, and they've got nothing better to do than to poke their noses into other people's business. There's nothing you can do about it, son.
I'm doing a good job. I'm working hard.